In a small, quiet village, lived an orphaned girl named Salma. She lost her parents at a young age and lived under the care of her poor, elderly grandmother. Salma's life was difficult and full of challenges, but she possessed a pure heart and a strong spirit. Salma helped her grandmother with household chores and taking care of the few animals they owned. Despite her young age, she shouldered the responsibility with diligence and devotion. Salma loved going to school and excelled in her studies. Books were her window to a wider world, and she dreamed of becoming a teacher to educate the children of her village and give them the opportunity she might not have fully had. However, the difficult financial circumstances stood as an obstacle to achieving her dream. One day, Salma's grandmother fell severely ill. Salma did not have enough money for her treatment and felt helpless and desperate. Salma turned to the villagers for help, but everyone was poor and barely able to meet their own needs. In a moment of despair, Salma remembered an old tale her grandmother used to tell her about a buried treasure somewhere in the nearby forest. Salma didn't believe the legend at first, but she found no other way to save her grandmother. Salma set off into the forest, and despite her fear of the darkness and loneliness, she continued her search with determination and perseverance. After a long and arduous search, Salma found an old wooden box buried under a large oak tree. She opened the box with a trembling heart and found inside some old gold coins and a few simple pieces of jewelry. Salma returned to the village quickly and was able to pay for her grandmother's treatment. Thanks to God and Salma's care, the grandmother recovered and her health returned. Salma was very happy, but she realized that the real treasure was not in the gold and jewelry, but in the strength of her will and her love for her grandmother. Salma grew up and became a teacher as she had always dreamed. She dedicated her life to educating the children of her village, instilling in them the values of hope, perseverance, and giving. Her story became an example to be followed in the village, told to future generations about the orphaned girl who never gave up and turned her dream into reality.